YouTube, it's time for some more pizza. We're going to be making something a little bit different today. It's a saltwater pizza. What's that? We're going to add the salt to the water before the yeast, which is a little bit different than what we usually do in Neapolitan pizza. So let's go ahead and get through our ingredient list. You guys can like and subscribe at the same time, share the video, whatever you have to do. We're going to start with Caputo flour. Now a full recipe for us is going to be 1,500 grams of this flour. But we're doing a test, so we're going to use 300 grams of flour. So make sure you have a food scale on hand. Makes things a little bit better and more accurate for dough. We are going to use Aquapana water. I am looking to use 200 grams of this. Normally, we would use 1,000 grams or a liter for a full recipe. Scale it down, 200 grams of water, 115 degrees, which we'll warm up and add our salt to. Full recipe, 35 grams of salt. Today we're gonna use 5 grams of salt in the water and everybody's favorite yeast. Now we're gonna use maybe 2 grams of yeast for this particular recipe. So we're gonna scale it down. This should give us about 24 hours of cold fermentation to make the dough rise. But it's gonna be quick, it's gonna be easy, and we're gonna see what happens. And we're gonna cook this in an OONI pizza oven, which will probably get up to 700-800 degrees at our test. So we're hoping to see that crust really pop. I can't wait to get started. I am gonna get started. It's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. So we're gonna let this mix for about 10 to 12 minutes. It looks like it's incorporated pretty good. Maybe you can't hear me and this is not usable. Why is this dough gonna be different? Well, the salt helps make the gluten stronger. Usually I add it in towards the end after the flour is hydrated. Then I'll add in the salt. Here we're starting with salt water. So it's a different technique. A lot of the pizza recipes out there are all very similar: dough hydration, similar everything. It's the technique that changes the taste of the dough and the outcome. So we'll see what we have here. Who knows? I think it's going to be good. I've seen this done before, and we're trying it out. Excited to be on this journey. Hey guys, look at that dough. Perfect. Slightly sticky, just the way we want it. Remember, we added that salt in early, and this is about 66% hydration. So that is acceptable. Mixed really well. What I'm gonna do now is cover this bowl with saran wrap, and we're gonna let it rest for about an hour at room temperature, and then we'll divide it up and cold ferment it. I'm also gonna pour a little bit of oil into this bowl on the sides to help it not stick for our transfer. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so we're gonna let this rest for about an hour at room temperature. Room temperature here is 70 degrees. Room temperature by you could be whatever it is that you have it set at. So keep an eye on the dough. You want it to about double in size before we go ahead and divide it up and give it its final proofing. So let's go ahead and let this ferment for a while, and then we'll go ahead and get ready to make some pizza. All right guys, it's time. We got the dough out from its resting place, and we're going to go ahead and... Smells good. Smells really good. doubled in size. What we're gonna do now is take this out. We're done fermenting the dough. Now we're going to pull it out, divide it in half, and then we'll put it in for a cold fermentation. So this is absolutely exactly what we're looking for. Nice and smooth. There you go. All right, let's go. To get a little flour on the hands. Look at that. Perfect. What I'm going to do is just tuck this under here. That's nice and airy. Look at that. This is going to be great. Give a nice coating of flour here. No stick. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to get my plastic wrap ready. Pizza cutters. Just going to give this, cut this right down the middle. Or as close as you can get. There we go, look at that. Quick tap in the flour. Now this is how you make a proper dough ball. You take the corners, give them a little tiny pinch into the center, and fold that one into the center, and then roll it. There we go. Nice and smooth on the top. Flip this guy underneath and just pinch these together. That'll let the gluten form just the way we want it to. Perfect. Now I'm going to keep it in this, put it in the refrigerator for at least overnight. Why am I wrapping it in saran wrap rather than putting it in an airtight container? Because I want it to maintain this shape. So when we take this out of the fridge tomorrow, when we're ready to try our first pizza, we can peel it right out, shape our pizza. It'll already be ready to go. So you can see how smooth that is. Smells wonderful. That's it. Till tomorrow when we throw this guy in the oven and we'll do our first trial. I have a feeling it's going to be good. How do I know this? The dough feels right. When it doesn't stick to your hands, it feels light, airy, and strong. You know it's going to be good. This is good dough. I'm excited to try it. I may change my whole methodology based on this test. So till then, let's shut it down and we'll come back tomorrow and see what we got. Final product. Looking forward to it. I'm hungry now. I wish I could cook it now, but we have to let the dough do its thing. It's magic time.